Gurubhyo Namaha. We will recite what we learnt last week. Ready? अथ वैकृतिकं रहस्यं ऋषिरुवाच ॐ त्रिगुणा तामसी देवी सात्विकी या त्रिदोधिता सा शर्वा चण्डिका दुर्गा भद्रा भगवतीर्यते योगनिद्रा हरेरुक्ता महाकाली तमोगुणा मधुकैटभनाशार्थं यां तुष्टावाम्बुजासनः दशवक्त्रा दशभुजा दशपादाञ्जनप्रभा विशालया राजमाता त्रिशूलोचनमालया स्फुरद्दशनस्तंष्ट्रासा भीमरूपाणि भूमिप रूपसौभाग्यकान्तीनां सा प्रतिष्ठा महाश्रियः खड्गबाणगदाशूल चक्रशङ्खभुशुण्डिभृत् परिगं कार्मुकं शीर्षं निश्चयोतद्रुदिरं ददौ एषा सा वैष्णवी माया महाकाली दुरत्यया आराधिता वशीकुर्यात् पूजा कर्तुश्चराचरम् सर्वदेवशरीरेभ्यो याविर्भूतमितः प्रभा त्रिगुणा सा महालक्ष्मी साक्षान्महिषमर्दिनी श्वेतानना नीलभुजा सुश्वेतस्तनमण्डला रक्तमध्या रक्तपादा नीलजङ्घोरुन्मदा सुचित्रजगनाचित्रमाल्याम्बरविभूषणा चित्रानुलेपना कान्तिरूपसौभाग्यशालिनी अष्टादशभुजा पूज्या सा सहस्रभुजा सती आयुधान्यत्र वक्ष्यन्ते दक्षिणाधकरक्रमाद् अक्षमाला च कमलं भानोऽसि कुलिसं गदा चक्रं त्रिशूलं परशुः शङ्खो घण्टा शङ्खो घण्टाश्च पाशकः शक्तिर्दण्डश्चर्मचापं पानपात्रं कमण्डलुः अलङ्कृतभुजाभे आयुधैकमलासनां सर्वदेवमयीमीशां महालक्ष्मीमिमां नृप पूजयेत् सर्वलोकानां सदेवानां प्रभुर्भवेत्। We saw up to Mahalakshmi. The next few lines will describe Maha Saraswati. After that, what they describe is how you are going to worship her. Worship these three deities. Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta
Ya Satvaika Gunashraya
Ya Satvaika Gunashraya Ya Satvaika Gunashraya
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta Ya Satvaika Gunashraya
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta या सत्त्वैकगुणाश्रया गौरी देहात् समुद्भूता या सत्त्वैकगुणाश्रया
साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता
साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता
शुम्भासुर निबर्हिणी
शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुर निबर्हिणी
साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
गौरी देहात् समुद्भूता या सत्त्वैक गुणाश्रया साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुर निबर्हिणी
गौरी देहात् समुद्भूता या सत्त्वैकगुणाश्रया साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी गौरी देहात् समुद्भूता या सत्त्वैकगुणाश्रया साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
ददौ साष्टभुजा बाण
ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाण ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाण
मुसले शूलचक्रभृत्
मुसले शूलचक्रभृत् मुसले शूलचक्रभृत्
ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाणमुसले शूलचक्रभृत्
ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाण मुसले शूलचक्रभृत् ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाण मुसले शूलचक्रभृत्
शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च
शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च
कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप
कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप
शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप
शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप
ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाणमुसले शूलचक्रभृत् शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप
ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाणमुसले शूलचक्रभृत् शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप ददौ चाष्टभुजा बाणमुसले शूलचक्रभृत् शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta. She emerged from Gauri. Gauri means with a golden hue, shining. Because when Mahalakshmi emerged, Chandika Mahalakshmi emerged, she is the tejas of all the devas there, all the celestials present there. So she is shining, she is lustrous. So from that shining aspect emerged the Sattva Guna. So Gauri Deha Samudbhuta, the Satviki, the Saraswati, Maha Saraswati, her name is Maha Saraswati. She emerged from the shining Gauri form, from the body of Gauri. So first we saw Mahakali emerging as pure Tamoguna, and Maha Saraswati now emerging as pure Satvika Guna. So Sattvaika Gunashraya, that is what pure Satvika aspect emerged from Gauri, and what she is called Sakshat Saraswati Prokta. She she is called, she is known as Maha Saraswati. She is the purest form of sattva, pure sattva aspect. Shumbha Asura Nibarhini. Shumbha, she is the one who destroyed. Nibarhana means destroy or kill. Nibarhini, the one who destroyed Shumbha. Okay, so this who emerged from Gauri, Mahalakshmi, as the purest sattvika form, she is known as Mahasaraswati, who later destroyed Shumbha. Shumbha Sura, not only Shumbha, Nishumban also she only destroys. We saw Mahakali with 10 arms, Mahalakshmi with 18 arms. Now Mahasaraswati is with 8 arms. So Dadau Chashta Bhuja, she has 8 arms. In her 8 arms, whatever she is carrying, holding, bearing, like Bhana means, it is arrows. Musala means mace or pestle, they say, mace kind of a thing. It is probably a pestle only. Because if I imagine this ferocious form of theirs, pestle, she will pound. Bhana Musale. Shulam is spear. Chakram is the disc. Bhrata means she is bearing, holding. Shankam. Chakram is over, so Shankam comes. Shankam. Ghantam is the bell that she is holding. Langalam is the plow. Actually, you have seen Varahi, like Parashurama, all of them with a plow. So, for the purpose of a plow here is different, because she can hold and drag, and we have seen that also, no, as Rajavara. Langalam cha Karmukam is again a bow. We have seen this word before. Karmukam is a bow. So what all she is having? Bhanam, Musalam, Chakram, Shulam, Chakram, Shankam, Ghanta, Langalam and Karmukam. So 8 things that she is holding in her hands. 8 Amma. 8. 10 is only. Huh? You missed some or you added some. So we saw each one of them, what they give when they worship. When you worship Mahakali, she gives everything in this world. Mahalakshmi gives much more than that. Not only whatever in this world, she gives you the liberation also. Mahalakshmi goes one. This one, what she gives, this is pure sattvika form of Mahasaraswati. Mahasaraswati means knowledge. Okay, now we will see it. Yesha sampujita bhaktya.
Esha sampujita bhaktya. Esha sampujita bhaktya.
Sarvanyatvam prayachati.
Sarvanyatvam prayachati. Sarvanyatvam prayachati.
Yesha sampujita bhaktya sarvanyatvam prayachati.
Esha sampujita bhaktya sarvanyatvam prayachati. Esha sampujita bhaktya sarvanyatvam prayachati.
Nishumbhamatini Devi.
Nishumbhamatini Devi. Nishumbhamatini Devi.
Shumbhasura Nibarhini.
Shumbhasura Nibarhini. Shumbhasura Nibarhini.
Nishumbhamatini Devi. Shumbhasura Nibarhini.
Nishumbhamatini Devi. Shumbhasura Nibarhini. Nishumbhamatini Devi. Shumbhasura Nibarhini.
Yesha sampujita bhaktya sarvanyatvam prayachati. निशुम्भमतिनी देवी शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
एषा सम्पूजिता भक्त्या सर्वज्ञत्वं प्रयच्छति निशुम्भमतिनी देवी शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी एषा सम्पूजिता भक्त्या सर्वज्ञत्वं प्रयच्छति निशुम्भमतिनी देवी शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि
इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि
मूर्तिनां तव पार्थिव
मूर्तिनां तव पार्थिव
इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि मूर्तीनां तव पार्थिव
इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि
मूर्तीनां दीर्घं मूर्तीनां. If it is only one murti, then you can say murti. There are three of them. So मूर्तीनां तव पार्थिव उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय
उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय
इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि मूर्तीनां तव पार्थिव उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय
इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि मूर्तीनां तव पार्थिव उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि मूर्तीनां तव पार्थिव उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय.
Yesha sampujita bhaktya. When one very devotedly worships them with devotion, with bhaktya, whoever worships them with so much of devotion, worship her here, because Mahasaraswati only we are addressing. She gives us sarpanyatvam, that is knowledge about everything, omniscient. So many times when you, I don't know, I have got an opportunity to meet a lot of sadhus. When you see them, they can talk about any subject under the sun. They would not have even attended a college or anything. They can talk so well about engineering as well as about architecture or medicine. Like any subject under the sun. How do they know? That is what it is. When you know the root of what is this prapancham, you know about everything else. Everything gets from the, if you understand the Brahma, Mula Prakriti, if you understand it and realize it, you can realize anything in this world. You can understand everything in this world. There's no need for you to go and how we have the stages. You have to get admitted into a college of a particular stream and then you get proficient in that. You can master it, you can get doctorate in that. It's not like that. They straight away get more than doctorate. I'm saying more than doctorate. Because they have, that is the reason they are so different. So what they say is, worshipping Mahasaraswati with devotion gives us that kind of sarvanyatvam, the knowledge about everything, omniscient. You become as good as the divine. That's what. Sarvanyatvam prayajati. The she grants that omniscience, I mean the knowledge she grants. Nishumbha Mathini, she's the one who crushed Nishumbha. We saw Nishumbha and Shumbha are brothers, they are not separable, you cannot separate them. Why means the dependence of the Indriyas over ego. I mean ego over the Indriyas. So first Indriyas are destroyed and the destroying ego becomes the child's play. So Nishumbha, so she crushes the Indriyas. So that when she says that Nishumbha Mathini, she crushes that Indriyas. But Shumbha Nibarhini, she destroys that ego. She crushes the, you have to understand, like, because you people have seen the philosophy of this Nishumbha and Shumbha in those days, when you were like, so you can really relate to that. Like, Nishumbha is crushed, your Indriyas are crushed, your ego is destroyed. So Shumbha Nibarhini. So that is what it is. Ityuktani Swarupani Murtinam Tava Parthiva. Parthiva, he is still addressing the king, the Rishi is addressing the king, Parthiva. Ityuktani, I have now explained to you the true nature of the gods. Swarupa. Swarupa means true nature of these three goddesses. Murtinam, all the three forms. I have now, Devis, all the three forms I have now explained to you. Now, Upasanam Jaganmatuf Prathagasam Nishamaya. Upasanam Jagannatha, how you have to do Upasanam, how you have to worship her. Prathagasam. Prathagatmana is individual. So individually how you have to worship them. Separately how you have to worship them. You have to combinedly worship them also, and you can separately worship them all. That comes in the next thing, how you have to worship. How when you worship, see what happens, each goddess or goddess is actually worshipped for a particular reason. But when you worship Mahalakshmi, you have to worship her only with Mahakali and Mahasaraswati, because she is the embodiment of all the gunas. So you cannot, whereas when you Mahakali is only Tamoguna, Mahasaraswati is only Satoguna, but Mahalakshmi, if she has to be worshipped, you have to worship her with both of them in the sides, because she is the embodiment of all the gunas. We saw how multicolored her body as well as the cloth that she was wearing, even the bhushanam that she was wearing, everything is multicolored. So which denotes that she is still the embodiment of all the gunas. We will see how they proceed now. Mahalakshmir yadha pujya.
Mahalakshmir yada pujya. Mahalakshmir yada pujya.
Mahakali Saraswati.
Mahakali Saraswati. Mahakali Saraswati.
Mahalakshmir yada pujya. Mahakali Saraswati.
Mahalakshmir yada pujya. Mahakali Saraswati. Mahalakshmir yada pujya. Mahakali Saraswati.
Dakshinottarayoh pujye.
Dakshinottarayoh pujye. Dakshinottarayoh pujye.
1 second. I'll just close this. Prishtadho midunatrayam.
Prishtadho midunatrayam. Prishtadho midunatrayam.
Dakshinottarayoh pujye. Prishtadho midunatrayam.
Dakshinottarayoh pujye. Prishtadho midunatrayam. Dakshinottarayoh pujye. Prishtadho midunatrayam.
1 second. This I forgot to switch off the thing. Mahalakshmiryadha pujya Mahakali Saraswati Dakshinottarayoh pujye Prishtadho Mitunatrayam.
Mahalakshmi Yada Pujya Mahakali Saraswati Dakshinottarayo Pujye Prishtadho Mitunatrayam. Mahalakshmi Yada Pujya Mahakali Saraswati Dakshinottarayo Pujye Prishtadho Mitunatrayam.
Virinchisvaraya madhye
Virinchisvaraya madhye Virinchisvaraya madhye
Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine
Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine
Virinchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine
Virinchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine Virinchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine
Vame Lakshmya Hrushikeshaha
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha
Purato Devatatrayam
Purato Devatatrayam Purato Devatatrayam
Vame Lakshmya Hrushikeshav Purato Devatatrayam.
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha Purato Devatatrayam.
Use the sandhi there. Hrishikeshaha, Hrishikeshav, Purato. Okay? Then the meter will not change. Okay? Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshav Purato Devatatrayam.
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshav Purato Devatatrayam. Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshav Purato Devatatrayam.
Virinchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshav Purato Devatatrayam.
Virinchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshav Purato Devatatrayam. Virinchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshav Purato Devatatrayam.
So when you have to do worship Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi Yadha Pujya, when you have to worship Mahalakshmi, Mahakali Saraswati, you have to worship her along with Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. So you cannot worship Mahalakshmi alone, you have to worship her along with Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. You can ask me a question like, why we all give one Lakshmi deity in the thing, we are not giving Mahakali. No, that Lakshmi is different from Mahalakshmi, Chandika Mahalakshmi. So this is Adi Shakti, so she has got the three forms, Mahakali. When you go to Bombay, you can see it like, Mahalakshmi temple, when you go to Bombay, you can see on the either side, Vaishnavi temple, all those things. When you go to Vaishnavi temple, there also you can see three pindis. They are never worshipped alone. She is never worshipped alone. She is always worshipped with Mahakali and Mahasaraswati on the either side. Dakshinottarayo. Dakshina Uttara. So, right and left. Dakshina means always right. Dakshina Baha. Always right. Dakshina is south. So, Dakshina is south. No doubt about that. Okay? When you stand in front of the rising sun and spread your hands on either side, whatever comes on the left is the north. When you are facing east, left is the north and Dakshinam is the south. Didn't get it? Sunrise is coming.
Okay.
Sunrise, go and stand in front of sunrise. Where it is sunrise in eastern side, go and stand there. Spread your hands and you see left side is north. Your left side. You are now facing north, so you cannot see it. I am facing south and you are facing north. When you are standing in front of eastern side, north is what is left hand and south is right hand. And back side is the west. This is how it is, it comes. So what happens when they say Dakshina, that's why Dakshina Marga, Vama Marga. Dakshina means you do, we have that Dakshina Margam, Vama Margam is the way of worship to Ambal, Sri Vidya Upasana. When the Vedoktam, when you do it, we do it with the right hand. That is why it is called Dakshina Margam. Whereas Vama Baham is mostly Tantroktam. So Tantric Upasana is always done with the left hand. It is presumed like that. Okay, so Dakshina means right. So on her right, Mahalakshmi is seeing us. On her right is Mahakali. On her left is Saraswati. Because the other next line is going to be confusing. That is why first comes how from her side. Second, afterwards they say from our side also. So that time it becomes ulta. So you should not get carried away. First understand Mahalakshmi is placed. On her right is Mahakali. On her left is Mahasaraswati. So when you see first Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati comes in one line. Okay. Kali is first, Mahakali. Because Tamoguna also. If you see the progress of our Devi Mahatmyam, first Tamas only we worship. It is only after that Rajas and then the Sattvic. So they have not confused us at all in that. Very clear, reinforced again and again. So first Mahakali, then Mahalakshmi in the center and Mahasaraswati in the left hand side. And not only that, Puji Prishtatho Midhunatrayam. Back of these three deities is the Midhunatrayam that they created. If you see the first Vaikrutikam Rahasyam, how the Midhunatrayam emerged from these three forms. So, and then they switched over, the mingling of the gunas, the mixing of those gunas. So, we are very clear that Saraswati goes with Brahma, and then Mahalakshmi goes with Krishikesha, that is Mahavishnu, and Gauri goes with Shiva. This Mithuna-trayam, they are called as Mithuna-trayam. They are the pairs. These pairs, Prishthatho, behind these respective pairs stand behind them. So behind Mahalakshmi is Brahma and she is in the middle. Saraswati is in the middle because Brahma is Rajasic aspect. Mahalakshmi from Brahma only emerged from Mahalakshmi. He is behind with Saraswati. Brahma is behind with Saraswati, and Rudra and Gauri. Rudra is again Tamasic aspect. Rudra and Gauri stand behind Mahakali. Mahasaraswati, Sattvic aspect, you have Mahavishnu and Mahalakshmi standing behind. So these three pairs, Prishthatho, behind these three deities. So when Mahalakshmi is worshipped, she is worshipped with all of them together. One, say 3 to 6, like how the triangle just that increases. You say that Meru comes from 1 to it expands. In the same way, from the 3 emerges the 6. So all of them are behind the respective gunas. They are behind. Okay. Virinchi Swaraya Madhye. That is what I told. Now I gave that explanation because behind Mahalakshmi was Brahma. Virinchi is Brahma's name. So Brahma and Swara is Saraswati's name. So these two should be behind Mahalakshmi. Rudro Gaurya cha Dakshini. So behind Mahakali, Rudra and Gauri should be placed, and Vame Lakshmiya Hrishikesha. So in the left hand side, behind Mahasaraswati is Mahavishnu and Mahalakshmi are standing. Puratho Devatatrayam. First one they said Prishtato. Behind this. In front of them is the three Devatas. It is ulta, like you have to think only, just imagine the thing. These three deities are standing and behind them is the three pairs. When they say first mention the deities, we say behind them, and when we mention the three pairs, we say in front of. In front of them is these three Devata who are standing in the front.
Behind every successful
woman. Behind every successful woman, a couple is there. That apart. Ashtadasha bhuja madhye.
Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Ashtadasha bhuja madhye.
Vame chasya dashanana.
Vame chasya dashanana. Vame chasya dashanana.
Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Vame chasya dashanana.
Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Vame chasya dashanana. Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Vame chasya dashanana.
Dakshine ashtabhuja lakshmir.
Dakshine ashtabhuja lakshmir. Dakshine ashtabhuja lakshmir.
Mahatiti samarchayed.
Mahatiti samarchayed. Mahatiti samarchayed.
Dakshineshtabhuja lakshmir. Mahatiti samarchayed.
Dakshinesha bhuja lakshmir. Mahatiti samarchayed. Dakshinesha bhuja lakshmir. Mahatiti samarchayed.
Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Vame chasya dashanana. Dakshineshtabhuja lakshmir. Mahatiti samarchayed.
Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Vame chasya dashanana. Dakshinesha bhuja lakshmir. Mahatiti samarchayed. Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. Vame chasya dashanana. Dakshinesha bhuja lakshmir. Mahatiti samarchayed.
Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha.
Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha. Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha.
Yada pujya naradhipa.
Yada pujya naradhipa. Yada pujya naradhipa.
Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha. Yada pujya naradhipa.
Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha. Yada pujya naradhipa. Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha. Yada pujya naradhipa.
Dashanana chashtabhuja.
Dashanana chashtabhuja. Dashanana chashtabhuja.
Dakshinottarayostada.
Dakshinottarayostada. Dakshinottarayostada.
Dashanana chashtabhuja. Dakshinottarayostada.
Dashanana chashtabhuja. Dakshinottarayostada. Dashanana chashtabhuja. Dakshinottarayostada.
we told, no? Together, no? Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha yada pujya naradhipa dashanana chashtabhuja dakshinottarayosthatha.
अष्टादशभुजा चैषा यदा पूज्या नराधिप दशानना चाष्टभुजा दक्षिणोत्तरयोस्तदा अष्टादशभुजा चैषा यदा पूज्या नराधिप दशानना चाष्टभुजा दक्षिणोत्तरयोस्तदा.
Now, the confusion actually is, now what we learnt in the previous lines are from Devi's point of view, how you are going to place in her right hand who is there, in her left hand who is there. Now, from the sadhaka point of view, we are sitting in front of them. Her right is our left, her left is our right. That is what is confusion now. So how they are worshipped. So that is no change. Ashtadasha bhuja madhye. She is in the center. No problem at all there. So she is always in the center. Vame chasya dashanana. So in your left, dashanana means 10 heads. There is one dashanana we have seen in Ramayana. Ravana is also called dashanana. Here, Mahakali is called Dashanana because she has got 10 faces, 10 heads. So, Dashanana, Vame Chasa, in your life, left hand side, you have to see Mahakali, Dashanana. Dakshine, Ashtabhuja, in your right, you have to see Ashtabhuja, one who has got the 8 hands, she is Mahasaraswati. Lakshmir Mahatithi Samarchayed. So she is to be worshipped with Mahakali on your left, Saraswati on your right hand side. So the 18, when you are facing the deity, understand that first 2 lines were from her perspective. And these 2 lines are from our perspective when you are sitting in front of the deity. Mahalakshmi is to be worshipped primarily. First deity that you have to worship is Mahalakshmi because these things only the part of her. So Mahalakshmi is like, in Navavarna Puja when we do it, we have the 8th and 9th Avarna. When you do the 8th Avarna, where the 3... The triangle is there and the Bindu is seated on that. In the three points of the triangle, you have got Mahakameshwari, Mahavajreshwari, Mahabhamalini. The 3 deities are there and Lalita Mahatripurasundari is the Bindu. So when you worship these 3, you have to worship her also. Because these 3 emerged from her. It is like, but when you worship Bindu, she is worshipped alone. Here in the same way, when Mahalakshmi is worshipped, she is worshipped with the 2 Mahakali and Mahasaraswati, but the primary deity is to be worshipped here is Mahalakshmi because she is the one from whom these 2 emerged. Okay? Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha yada pujya naradhipa. So when this 18 armed deity, when she is worshipped along with 10 Dashanana Chashtabhuda, Dakshina, again it gone back to the original. See how confusing it is. How confusing. They gone back to the original. By her side, in the right hand side, Mahakali, Dashanana, and Ashtabhuja are the left hand side. So really she is going to ask me questions on
No, I wanted to ask, but I
No, it is confusing. First from her perspective, second from our perspective, third from their perspective.
Thank God you didn't see on the side.
So when these forms are worshipped, is along with that, next line we will say it. Kala Mrityu, so it's not only them, three of them. There's some more coming here. Kala Mrityu cha sampujyau.
Kala mrityu cha sampujyau. Kala mrityu cha sampujyau.
Sarvarishta prashantaye.
Sarvarishta prashantaye. Sarvarishta prashantaye.
Kala mrityu cha sampujyau. Sarvarishta prashantaye.
Kala mrityu cha sampujyau. Sarvarishta prashantaye. Kala mrityu cha sampujyau. Sarvarishta prashantaye.
Yada chashtabhuja pujya.
Yada chashtabhuja pujya. Yada chashtabhuja pujya.
Shumbasura nibarhini.
Shumbasura nibarhini. Shumbasura nibarhini.
Yada chashtabhuja pujya Shumbasura nibarhini.
Yada chashtabhuja pujya. Shumbasura nibarhini. Yada chashtabhuja pujya. Shumbasura nibarhini.
Kala mrityu cha sampujyau sarvarishta prashantaye. Yada chashtabhuja pujya Shumbasura nibarhini.
Kala mrityu cha sampujyau sarvarishta prashantaye. Yada chashtabhuja pujya Shumbasura nibarhini. Kala mrityu cha sampujyau sarvarishta prashantaye. Yada chashtabhuja pujya Shumbasura nibarhini.
Namasya shaktayah pujyaha.
Namasya shaktayah pujya. Namasya shaktayah pujya.
Tada rudra vinayakau.
Tada rudra vinayakau. Tada rudra vinayakau.
Namasya shaktayah pujas tada rudra vinayakau.
Namasya shaktayah pujya. Tada rudra vinayakau. Namasya shaktayah pujya. Tada rudra vinayakau.
Namo devyai distotrair.
Namo devyai stotrair. Namo devyai stotrair.
Mahalakshmim samarchayed.
Mahalakshmim samarchayet. Mahalakshmim samarchayet.
Namo devyai stotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayed.
Namo devyai stotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayet. Namo devyai stotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayet.
Namasya shaktayah pujas tada rudra vinayakau. Namo devyai stotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayed.
Navasya shaktayah pujya tada rudra vinayakau. Namo devyai stotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayet. Navasya shaktayah pujya tada rudra vinayakau. Namo devyai stotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayet.
So now, each one of them, what you are going to worship along with that particular deity. So first, when the 18-armed Mahalakshmi is worshipped along with Dashanana and Ashtabhuja on the right and the left. Along with that, you have to worship time and mrityu. Kala mrityu, kala, time. What is the significance of these two mentioned here? Everything in this prapancham is time bound. It works according to the time. At the end of it, they have to go. Be it anything. Pralayam comes, all the things go. So everything is time bound. Kalam, time and the space we say, are the two things that define the prapancham. Time and the space. Time becomes a significant aspect of this prapancham. Here they have not mentioned about space. They have mentioned about mrityu. Mrityu, why they say mrityu? The death of your ego is called mrityu here. Death of your ego is called mrityu. That is the real death. So many times we see a lot of people who still are alive, who have really contained all their indriyas, jitendriyas. They have really controlled the indriyas. And their ego is completely vanquished. Like there is no there for the ego. To that extent, their ego is completely destroyed. That is mrityu. They are saints, the living saints we call it. We say Ravindra Swamigal is still alive. People can ask so many years because the one who has crossed the limit of time and death is always alive. Those who have crossed the perspective of time and the ego of death, the death of that ego is always alive. Mrityu is also means like not to be born again. Mrityu denotes that there should be no rebirth. Mrityu is not the end, it is a new beginning, they say. Because when your karma gets over, you go. So mrityu is not one, there are so many, we all have only one meaning to that, death, mrityu. No. Mrityu is something, Mrityunjaya, Ishvara is called Mrityunjaya. The one who have won even the Mrityu, won over even the Mrityu. Mrityunjaya. So, Kalam and Mrityu are two things that defines you. You have to surpass these two things too by worshipping her. So, you have to worship these two so long that you are going to be bound in this prapancham, in this world. You have to worship these two along with her. They say like, when she is worshipped along with Kali and Saraswati, it is also mentioned time and death also to be. Why you have to do it? To Sarvarishta Prashantaye. Sarva, all troubles, all bad things, Arvarishta. They have not defined what is the bad. Everything, all that is bad. All the misfortunes, all the bad luck, all the ill luck, everything, all the bad things. Prashantaye, they are allayed. When you worship to allay the fear, like to get out of that fear of the misfortunes. So the misfortune, from the misfortunes, if you want to escape all the misfortunes, worship her with the two other forms, and also with time and mrityu. Kala mrityu, those two things. Okay, that is what the first line. Kala mrityu cha sampujya. Along with kalam and mrityu, if you worship her, sarva arishta prashanti. So all your misfortune gets vanished. It is to destroy all your misfortunes, all your bad luck, you have to worship her. Yada sachashta bhuja pujya shumba suranibarkini. specifically about, after saying Mrityu, they have specifically mentioned about Ashtabhuja, Satviki, Saraswati, Mahasaraswati. Who is the one who killed Shumba? Shumbasura Nibarhini, I don't need to, the third time it is getting repeated. The one who destroyed Shumba. When she is worshipped, when Satvik's Mahasaraswati is worshipped, along with Navashaktya. Navasya means Navashakti. Navashakti. We saw in the first Kavacham only. Kavacham only we saw the Navashaktis. So the Navashaktis also should be worshipped when you worship Mahasaraswati. Along with that, Navashakti, Rudra and Vinayaka. So without starting the prayer with Vinayaka, you don't start anything. So before you put a right step, you worship him. So Rudra and Vinayaka along with Navashakti also should be worshipped with Saraswati. Okay? Got it? To some extent.
Yeah.
So Rudra and Vinayaka had to be worshipped along with Navashaktis when you worship Ashtabhuja, that is the Saraswati, Satvika Saraswati. And they have very clearly said, Namo Devya iti strotrair Mahalakshmim samarchayet. Namo Devi Mahadevi Namastasya Namastasya Aparajita Stuti. That has to be mentioned and worshipped when you are doing Mahalakshmi Puja. When you are worshipping Chandika Mahalakshmi, that is the reason, even after the 13 chapters are finished, all your Nyasam and everything is over, Japam and everything is over, you again recite Tantroktham Devi Suktham, which is the Aparajita Stuti. That is to be mentioned, to be done when you worship the Mahalakshmi form, when you worship along with all this paraphernalia. You have to recite the stuti, Aparajita stuti. That is the thing that honors Mahalakshmi. I will explain in the next 2 lines why these stutis are important. The 3 stutis we have seen in Devi Mahatmyam. Oh. Time gets over so fast. I thought I would finish up to 26, so I can. Shall I finish? Finish 26? Okay. Avatar Trayacharyam. Avatar Trayarchayam. Stotra mantrastadashrayah. Avataratrayarchayam stotra mantrastadashrayah.
Avataratrayarchayam stotra mantrastadashrayah. Avataratrayarchayam stotra mantrastadashrayah.
Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha. Pujya Mahishamardini. Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha Pujya Mahishamardini.
Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha Pujya Mahishamardini. Ashtadasha bhuja chaisha Pujya Mahishamardini.
Avataratrayarchayam stotra mantrastadashrayah. अष्टादशभुजा चैषा पूज्या महिषमर्दिनी
अवतारत्रयाचार्यां स्तोत्रमन्त्रास्तदाश्रयाः अष्टादशभुजा चैषा पूज्या महिषमर्दिनी अवतारत्रयाचार्यां स्तोत्रमन्त्रास्तदाश्रयाः अष्टादशभुजा चैषा पूज्या महिषमर्दिनी
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली
सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां
सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
महिषान्तकरीयेण
महिषान्तकरीयेन
पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः
पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः
महिषान्तकरीयेण पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः
महिषान्तकरीयेन पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः महिषान्तकरीयेन पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः
पूजये जगतां धात्री
पूजये जगतां धात्री
चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलां
चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलां
पूजये जगतां धात्रीं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलाम्
पूजये जगतां धात्रीं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलां पूजये जगतां धात्रीं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलां
महिषान्तकरीयेन पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः पूजये जगदां धात्री चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलाम्
महिषान्तकरीयेन पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः पूजये जगतां धात्रीं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलां महिषान्तकरीयेन पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः पूजये जगतां धात्रीं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलाम्
Avataratrayarchayam. Avataratrayam are the three manifestations of the goddess, the Moola Prakriti. How, when you worship Archayam, when you worship these three manifestations of the supreme power, Stotra mantras tadashrayaha. If you see so, Like the Prathama Charitram has got the Brahma Stuti, Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swada. And the Madhya Charitram has got the 4th chapter is the Aparajita Stuti. And the 11th chapter in the Uttara Charitram is the Narayana Stuti. So all the 3 chapters has got the Stuti. So when you are worshipping, respective Stutis you have to tell. The 3 Stutis have to be repeated. These are all the different kinds of worship. Don't take it like, when you do the Parayanam, how we do it. It is not like that. This is actually, when you go further, you will know. I don't want to disclose it now. You will know it how it is different. Okay? It is not the worship that we all do it. So this is how it is worshipped in a different form. Okay? So the 3 verses, respective verses of these 3 deities, Tadashrayaha, they should be recited. The 3 verses should be recited, respective verses should be recited for the 3 manifestations. Ashtadasha Bhuja Chaisha Puja Mahisha Mardini. So Mahisha Mardini is the Ashtadasha Bhuja, 18 armed. 18 armed, when has to be worshipped. How she has to be worshipped? 18 armed Mahalakshmi, how she has to be worshipped? They are coming in. They say Mahalakshmir Mahakali Saiva Prokta Saraswati. The Mahisha Mardini is the one. She is the most superior, and from her only emerged these 3, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati and Maha. To that extent they have raised her. So you are worshipping now Mahishasura Mardini. Durga Puja, the famous Durga Puja in the eastern side of our country, this Bharatadesham. So you see, Durga is someone who is worshipped with so much of respect during this Navaratri and things. So they say Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, Saiva Prokta Saraswati. All these 3 manifestations. She herself is these 3. These 3 are not different. It is only her. Mahisha Mardini. Because you can imagine the Pandal in Calcutta, like in West Bengal, how it is, every Pandal has got this depiction of Durga. So that depiction is now, they are being discussed here. So she only is the 3 forms. She is not different and these 3 are not different. She is the most superior one. Ishwari, because she is the Ishwari Punya Papanam Sarvaloka Maheshwari. She is the supreme sovereign of this Prapancha. She is the Ishwari of all good and bad people. Papa, Punya, Papatma, Punyatma, all of them come under her. She is the Ishwari for everyone. Good and bad emerge from her. And she is the Ishwari. She is the Prapancham. She is the great ruler of this Maheshwari. She is the great ruler of this Prapancham. Mahishantagari yena pujita sa Jagat Prabhu. Who worships Mahisha's slayer? Mahishantagari, the one who killed Mahisha, one who destroyed Mahisha. That Durga, when Chandika Durga, when she is worshipped, he becomes Jagat Prabhu. He becomes the master of this world. Everything comes under his control. So he becomes the master of the world. Pujaye Jagadam Datrim. The Chandika is the one, she should be worshipped. One should worship her. Pujaye Jagadat Datrim. She is she is the upholder of Dharma. She is the one Dhatri. She is the protector of this entire Prapancham. Dhatri Sarva. Pujaye Jagadam Dhatri. The entire Prapancham she is holding. She is protecting. Chandika, but Bhakta Vatsala. She is so tender towards her devotees. She can be the protector of the world. She can be the killer. You can call her by any name. She did that, she did that. But Bhakta Vatsala. She is a Vatsalam. Vatsalyam is something only a mother can give to the child. So when you say Bhakta Vatsalam, she is like a mother who gives that Vatsalyam towards her devotees. She may be the slayer of Mahisha, She may be the Ishwari of the entire Prapancham, but still for her devotee, she is the one who is very, very tender like mother towards her. With this note, we will end this session today. Guru Namaha.